Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and YouTube, it's LewDolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, and Aeon's End are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and Spirit Island is available in early access on Steam, and you can find more information on those games at Handelabra.com. So, hello. I don't know why, but my webcam's not working right now. And I've already postponed the stream 23 minutes, because my personal stream ran later than intended, and I had a quick bite and realized when I was about to start the stream that my webcam wasn't working, so I didn't want to spend 30 minutes trying to look at the hardware and figure out what's going on. So instead, I am just gonna put this Dolphin plushie up. It's the plushie that I got a couple weeks ago. I think we demoed it on Spirit Island Saturdays one week. It's Dolphy, the Dolphin. That's actually its name is Dolphy. That's the name that the company has produced for it. And the other animals, the other stuffed animal plushies that this company produces are also similarly easily named. And you also see the can of Arnie's spiked lemonade that I will be drinking one can of, and then other things. Hello, DF. Sorry about the webcam, but I mean, it's not a big deal. You'll just have to deal with a cute plushie. So for those of you just tuning in, my webcam is not working at the moment. I don't know why. Didn't want to spend another half hour diagnosing it when I am already a little bit late. So instead, we're just going to have a plushie picture and a stream on the side. So it'll be a little weird, but that's okay. All right, so I got a Discord notification that the stream is live. Excellent. So what is going on today? I just closed this tab that I wanted open, but with One Deck Dungeon, I haven't been looking at the achievements that much lately. We did spend a couple of streams like several months ago working on getting the achievements for winning the game, claiming and only using certain types of abilities and skills and items. But we haven't looked at this in a while, and one of the achievements that I could have sworn I had done but either didn't track or I didn't do it was Gauntlet Champion. Win a gauntlet run on Fearless difficulty. So, I think I actually showed it here last week. I think it said that I was on Veteran was the thing that we realized, like we were on Veteran and not actually Fearless. We need to play on Fearless. We need to play the Gauntlet on Fearless. And I'm gonna go with core game TBH. We'll play with 2 heroes because I like 2 hero teams. Makes for a better spread of dice. I think overall you end up with more dice anyway, so it is a little easier. We're gonna start with the Dragon's Cave. I think we'll just work from left to right, lower difficulty to higher difficulty. And we'll just go from there. So this is going to be a bit of a ongoing stream, I guess, because I am not going to do the marathon in one stream. I will hope to get through Hydra's Reef today, but we'll see how that goes. My plan is for Dragon's Cave and Hydra's Reef this week, Yeti's Cavern at least next week. Hopefully we can start Leech's Tomb, and have Minotaur's Maze 2 weeks from now. So we're not going to have Sentinels or One Deck Dungeon or Spirit Island on this stream while I finish this off, because I just want to get it over with. Not over with, but I want to do it. So we'll just focus on that for the time being. If you like One Deck Dungeon, excellent. If you don't like One Deck Dungeon, I'll see you in August. Or on Saturday. One Deck Dungeon's really fun though. And the nice thing about Gauntlet is that we don't have progression right at the start. We do have we do have the checklists I don't know. Well, the swap button doesn't really do anything. But there, you see, we have this checklist. And the checklist actually transfers from mage to mage or hero to hero or whatever. These are heroes. So we don't have anything checked off. We're starting with a clean slate. So there's no decisions to be made about what focus we want, what skills we want, what basic skills we want. We'll be developing that as we start the first couple of dungeons. We will probably not be doing too much here. We might go for basic skill, but then we might detour into like getting fearlessness for the additional heroic die. This is probably the best focus-based ability to have, is roll an extra heroic die in combats. I mean, there are other things that can be really nice, but I feel like fearlessness will always be nice, whereas other things are more situational. Of course, if you roll a 1 with that roll, then it's not nice, so it is situational as well. But it's easier to visualize and accept. All right, so Dragon's Cave. We need some strength. We need a lot of strength on floor 3 in order to get past that armor. We could pick up that strength by that point, but we do need some amount to start off with, unless we want to keep taking 1 damage. This 6, by the way, on the peril side, is really scary, and we'll need to think about that. The dragon itself needs a balance of stats to an extent. It needs agility to be consistently 5, 5, 6. It needs some 6s namely on each color. And the mana and the strength we need for the big rectangles if we don't want to take as much damage. However, in this encounter, heroic dice cannot be played on skull boxes, so we have to actually have an agility 6, a mana 6, and a strength 6. We cannot use heroics to cover that gap. So what will we want for this then? Some amount of strength and magic maybe up front is nice. Now this is a 2-player game, so actually the stats that you see on the screen aren't actually what it would be like. This is single player archer, but this is double player archer. You see a big plush in the face cam, that's cute, 10 out of 10 with snug. Hello Team Orchid. Sorry, my webcam is not working at the moment. We're gonna have this plushie for the time being. It might be time for me to get a new webcam actually. Anyway, let's see. So who do we want? Archer doesn't give us strength or mana that well. Mage gives us a lot of mana. Paladin gives us equal numbers of strength and mana, but not as much agility. Rogue gives us a lot of agility and a little bit of mana. So I haven't played with Rogue too much lately, I realized, because it's been a very long time. Rogue was actually the very first hero that I played, and I played with Rogue in the Dragon's Cave, and I almost won, except I was like 1 off from winning. The tough part about Rogue is the daring gamble. Roll a heroic die. If it is a 1, lose a heart and 3 times. Do this before checking any other effects. Unlike a bunch of other heroic feats, you can always use this, except for dungeons. But like every heroic feat is basically combat or peril, but not boss. But you can always use this. Like Archer, well, also can also be used. But Mage is store a die, Paladin is store a die, Warrior is store a die. But Rogue can use this one right out the gate. It's just that there's a penalty if it's a 1. And this happens 1/6 of the time, unless you're playing the digital version of the game, in which case it's slightly bugged, but only very, very slightly. So it's like, when you're using this, you're expecting to spend 1/6 heart and 1/2 time on average. Might be fine, might not be fine. Rogue's special ability, your partner may reroll any or all of their 1s. Mist, I mean, well, Mist is another story. Mist is kind of OP. And we've played with Mist a lot because she's OP. But I want to play with Rogue just because I want to. Now, Paladin gives us some strength and some mana. Gives us a heroic die when 4+ experience is stored. And we also get your partner may reroll any or all of their 1s. Amusingly, 1 is for combats and 1 is for perils. And I feel like that means this is the party because I like the synergy. Well, it's not really synergy, but the dichotomy. We're gonna go with this, and if we fail and we crash and burn, that's okay. We'll get some check marks that will help us out next time. but we have to play on Fearless. We'll play with standard deck. And our potion, let's kick this old school. Let's do healing. And I started the wrong dungeon. No! Surprise! Quick aim. Let's start over again. Abandon. Sorry. Statistics are now terrible. I guess I could have. Which one was that we accidentally went to? Minotaur's Maze? Yeah, I don't know if that would have been worth it. All right, Dragon's Cave, Paladin, Rogue, Healing, Standard, Fearless. Let's go. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, if Krista got the game description wrong because she didn't look too far into it, please yell at her. I'm kidding. She has a lot going on. I mean, not personal life per se, but just, you know, she has to upload every single video of every single streamer and their title and their description and other things that she does. All right, so Ogre is always tough. Very strength focused. Brute Force is not that good of a skill item. I mean, I've not really used it. I mean, you could discard strength 5s to get strength 6s, but I don't see much value in that. It could help in perils, I guess. It is a peril skill. This gives us a mana die and a heart. This gives us 4 experience, which puts us closer to level 2. Level 2 gives us a heroic die, which is nice. Is there a reason I want to fight this now? A lot of people just instinctively flee. Could we possibly daringly gamble on this? Like, what happens? 9 damage 3 times? I mean, like, is this worth the consequences? Is really part of it. Like, we're gonna take some consequences. But we only have 2 strength dice, and oh yeah, we're fleeing. Thought Paladin had like slightly more strength, but no. Base level. All right, Pit of Spikes. 2 strengths, 3 agilities. Die here. Armor Crush gives us a heroic 6 that can only cover an armor box. That is decent. Leaving a door open means Swarm is harder. Well, we'll see. Gives us mana die. Mana die doesn't help us against the ogre. Armor Crush is okay. Yeah, we'll enter this. 1 extra die to get 6 is not worth. But we only have 2 strength dice. Well, we'll dare the gamble. Get a 6. That's really good. Oh no! The goblins are harder to kill. All right, so we just need to roll 2 2s then. The chances of rolling a 1, like, we just need to not have a 1. If we roll a 1, we have Dungeoneering, actually. That might help. I'm gonna say Valiant. I'm gonna regret this. All right, I already regret this, but we only have 1 reroll. And it's a double. Thanks, game. No potions and can't do anything else. No skills. No skills yet. Okay. I like Armor Crush, but we only have 2 strength dice plus potentially a heroic. It's a bit expensive when we don't have that much dice going on. The mana die is cool. The experience puts us halfway to level 2, and that heroic die will really help. I'm gonna take a gamble. I'm gonna take the experience and hope I get a 3 experience door I can fight. This does not look like one. I mean, the nice thing is that this is a bit more up our alley. Mana and strength, I guess. Well, maybe not. We have about the same number of agility and mana. Reroll 1 of your dice or increase 1 of your dice by 1. I will just be taking the experience, TBH. Before the encounter, spend 3 time. I'm gonna gamble. If I lose, it's early yet. We're not trying to win in 5. We're just trying to win a fearless gauntlet. We'll do the Daring Gamble to start with. Didn't get a 1. And I do want to roll this. We actually lost a chance at a heroic die by entering this door because we had a heroic die stored. Unfortunately, that heroic die became a 1, so it wasn't too useful. However, 6665 is a really good roll for Paladin, and 1351 is not as good a roll for Rogue. Do we want to re-roll your dice? We do need to re-roll the mana. We might as well re-roll the agility. All right, we do have a heroic 5 there, at least, if it's needed. That would cover the mana squares. What about the strength squares, you might ask? Well, we can cover the 11 there. We have the 3 covered there. We can make a heroic 3, and we have everything covered. To be fair, this roll was pretty nuts. But we got through without any consequences, and now we have a heroic die. So 3 turns in, and we're now at standard difficulty. Basically. Oh no, another difficulty 4. This is the worst one. Immediately discard all 1s and 3s. I'm missing 2 potions compared to standard. Fair enough. Huh. And actually, I guess what I'm thinking of is actually Novice, because Novice starts on level 2. I know I don't actually remember all of them, but like Veteran, you start at 0 cards and a big experience card and 1 potion. Expert, or not Expert, Fearless, you start with 0 potions. Standard, you have 1 experience card. Yeah. So I'm thinking more of Novice anyway. Anyway. Is there any hope of us doing this? We do have an extra heroic die. But the stupid discards of 1s and 3s makes this terrible. I don't think there's any way I could justifiably fight this. We also have to cover 2 4s before we even think about covering any of the consequences. And the consequences are locked behind 4s, 5s, and 6s. Well, actually 5s and 6s. Yeah, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this. We just can't. And I don't think we're ready for the Ogre either. So we're going to explore for 2 cards. And now we have flame statues. All right. So now we can start considering volumes of dice. The strength die will help against the ogre. The haste die, I don't like that skill at all. I mean, you're converting 3 mana into 2 agility dice. But, I mean, I guess technically, like, if there's ever... I wish I could see the board. I can't see the board. But the ogre only has strength and agility. So, like, getting this in order to convert our useless mana dice into potentially more useful agility dice, that's potentially one use for that. But ogre needs way more strength than agility, so... yeah, we're gonna enter, and we have more... well, we have the same number of dice for either, but we need a lower mana number, and I'm gonna go ahead and spend the time for that. And... yeah, early on, I think Daring Gamble has to be used, even though I just took that consequence, and now it's pretty painful. But we don't have the volume of dice to support this. All right, Dungeoneering means we need Paladin to take that in case it's a 1, and it wasn't. We might have this covered, though. Yeah, we didn't even need the extra heroic dice. But we do need strength. The annoying thing about this healing potion is that since both of these mages are at 3 health, we can't really use it at the start of a turn around to heal 3 damage. Not until they get a heart from an item. Backstab. Kind of literally the same situation, but reversed. It's kind of funny. It's actually kind of like, this is the same encounter, right? And the skill's basically the same. I mean, it's slightly different. It's just an agility die instead of 3 agility, but Enter, disenchant, daring gamble. Slightly better. To be fair, we probably don't need that daring gamble on this encounter, so it's a bit risky. I guess actually, if we did lose the gamble, we would have died, so that's a reason not to do the daring gamble. But if you die in the first floor, it doesn't really matter because it's just basically a reset, especially when you don't have much that you can do. Like if you don't have anything at your disposal. I'm just thinking, I'm gonna take backstab. I'm gonna gamble here because I can't explore again and I'm not fighting the phantom. I'm gonna try the ogre. If I get it, then I get something. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth, but we'll try for it. And since I'm gambling, I might as well gamble within the gamble. Worst cases, we just heal right away because we would otherwise die. I forgot that healing can actually happen to save you. I guess, yeah, that just is used automatically. I feel like with cure, it doesn't actually trigger, but give it to Paladin. Actually, I don't want that on Paladin. I want it on Rogue because support aura. These aren't good strength rolls though, which is really problematic. Before I do that reroll, let's put this in here. My other game running long was trying to warn me about something. Yes, I'm kind of reckless right now, I'll be honest. That, however, was a really good roll. So we might have actually salvaged this. Maybe. We have no potions, so we can't take 2 damage because otherwise we die because Paladin will take too much damage. We have some mana that exists. We can get a heroic 4. I think there's no other reason for this dice. So what can we do with this? We can put it there and we now have a stronger 5. 3 can only ever be covered by a 4, but we might want that for the 6 because you have to cover everything. The 12 can be covered. The 9 can be covered. All right, this is really promising. We can survive. So what? We have 1 overlap, 1 overlap, 1 extra. So is there... We don't have a 3 though, so there's no way we can cover this 3. No way. It is impossible. All right, so brute force is not happening. We're taking this die, we're giving it to, or taking the item, we're giving it to Rogue. Now we can use Daring Gamble again. Yay! Okay. Can we do this? We now have this 6 here. It's not an armor though, so that's fine. We'll disarm, spend as much time as we can. Do the Daring Gamble because we got the health again. Give the roll to Paladin because of Dungeoneering. I could cover the 3 if I didn't cover the 6. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I technically misspoke. I could have covered the 3. It was not impossible. It was, however, otherwise impossible to not suffer any consequences, which is what I really meant. But I know you know that's what I meant, and I know that you know that I knew that's what you meant, and you know that I know that you know that I knew that's what you meant. Volume or the potion for safety? Because that gives me a potion token, which gives me a healing in case I die. But if I take the potion, I'm not really making progress towards leveling up or getting items or skills. And mana potion is pretty nice. I'm gonna take the item, give it to Paladin, I think. I really wanted Rogue to have more agility focus, but that heart was too important for her. If any armor boxes are empty, discard this instead of looting, but still suffer consequences. Crushing blow, though. That's what I want. I want it. It's mine now. Support aura, so rogue. All right. We do have something for backstab. Do we need it? Well, we do have support aura, which is probably something we have to consider. We do have a mana 3. We have something to cover the mana 5. We have something to cover the strength 6. Something that can just go there. Question is, if I put this here, I guess, but I gotta get a strength 5. I'm not really gonna get it unless I do a reroll for it. The problem is these rerolls are on 1s. I mean, the agility's fine, so I should do the backstab roll, and if one of those is a 1, we can support aura it. These are 2 4s. That's actually terrible. Because that is not 5. If I can't get this 5 covered, then nothing happens from this encounter other than consequences. Well, I could just put that there. So really, technically, I would like to be able to cover that 6, really. If I can't, it's okay. I'm not fond of it. Combine the mana 1s into a heroic to reroll with the Paladin. That is a good idea. And actually, an even better idea is to cheat the system here. Put a heroic 2 in there to turn it into a heroic 1, and then do whatever with this one and get a heroic 1. And now I have double the chance. It's still not good odds, though. I mean, if I get a 5, though, I do still have a 6. So I just need to roll a 5 or a 6. So what are the chances of this happening? I love this game so much because I get to do a lot of probability with it. The chances of not rolling a 5 or a 6 is 2/3. So the chances of not rolling a 5 or a 6 is 1 minus... Wait, I'm getting myself confused. So the chance of a singular die not being a 5 or a 6 is 4 out of 6. So the chances that both dice are not 5 or 6 is 4 out of 6, or 2/3 squared, which is 4/9. So the chances of at least one of the dice being a 5 or a 6 is 1 minus the probability of none of the dice being a 5 or a 6. So that's 1 minus 4/9, which is 5/9. 5/9 is 55.5%. We have a better than 55% chance that this will work. Therefore, it will fail. I told you. However, yeah, that is a 5, and that is really unfortunate. Yeah, we can't get another 5 anywhere. So the worst, or the better consequence is 1 damage and 1 time because the game continues. If I take 2 damage, the game ends. Brian says he tries not to enter Wrath Stance unless he has something that allows him to exit it on hand. You should have been watching my stream. All right, I want that 6. That's going to provide a lot of help. Doesn't help here. We already have Crushing Blow. Dismantle it. But if I take a damage, I lose, and I have to roll a 6. There's a lot of problems here. Because if I fight this encounter straight up, I need to roll a 6 in one of my 4 dice in addition to being able to cover the 2 and the 6. But if we ignore that for the second, we need to roll a 6 across 4 dice. Well, the chances of not rolling a 6 is 5 out of 6. So what is the probability here, you might ask? 1 minus 5 out of 6 to the 4th. So the chances of getting a 6 in 4 dice is 51.8%. It's even better. We failed a 55.6% chance. Now we're going to fail a 51.8% chance. We can complicate this matter a lot. Rogue could roll a heroic dice. Oh, we do get a reroll of 1s. That's right. That makes it way hard. If we ignore that reroll, I don't know how to factor that into the math. But if Rogue, however, does the daring gamble, that changes things quite a bit. 1 minus 5 out of 6 to the 5 is now 59.8%. But that's the chances of me getting at least 1 6. However, there's then a 1 out of 6 chance that we just die straight up because of the daring gamble. So should we die from the gamble? Should we die from not getting a 6? I'm not sure. The conditional probability of rolling 1s that then reroll to 6. Well, actually, Rogue's dice don't reroll. It's Paladin's dice. Well, I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna do the daring gamble though. And if we die, we die. If we succeed, well, we died because we don't even have a 1. Well, that's game. But we get 2 check marks. We get a check mark for leveling up. We get a check mark for making it down 1 floor. Excellent. Should we try again? Let's try again. We'll do the same thing. Work better this time, trust me. I'm a doctor. No, I'm not. Early invisibility. I don't generally go for it, but I also have a lot of skills that just help me out. Oh, guess what? I didn't need the daring gamble. Don't you hate it when you do the daring gamble and then you find out you didn't even need that die? All right. That gets us a potion token, and we can use that to bypass the ogre, and we fight bear traps again. Well, we used daring gamble last time, so let's not do it this time, and we'll see how bad this goes. It didn't. Excellent. Should I go for potion again? I mean, we could fund up invisibility and just like use that to bypass most of the encounters. Like, we could take the die off of this, but the potion's actually like I don't usually think of using invisibility for like literally every encounter, but we could actually get this train going. Like, this might be a valid strat. If you want to avoid the minuscule weird probability effect, you can turn off die roll animation. Is that the culprit? I don't really care about the animation. I mean, I like animations, but I'm okay with turning it off if it improves the odds. It's minuscule, yes. Ooh, dodge. Also, we were talking about swarm. All right. We'll do the gamble. Oh, I was like, how did I already take damage? That's because die roll animation was skipped. That is so weird. You just click it and it's done. It happens. Okay, cool. That is so freaky. Whew. There's no reason not to do the re-roll, right? That sounded pretty good. We gotta cover the 4 somehow. Well, the mana's, or the agility's done, the mana's useless. Might as well just do this. Yeah, and that covers everything. Oh boy, I like that dodge skill, and that's going to ultimately save me damage, right? In a boss fight, prevent 2 damage. So does that do much? It allows me to ignore some 6s sometimes. Or it halves the consequences of the 16 or the 17. Like, I can't envision why this wouldn't be worth it. It will potentially prolong the boss fight if I choose to go the route of not covering the 6s, but this also helps in the dungeon proper. So I'm gonna take it. I do need to worry about my volume of dice, though, because we haven't added any dice. Flame Weave, though. It's a really good skill. And it's a peril skill. I'll do Daring Gamble because we have fewer strength dice. Actually, we needed it because we didn't roll good enough. See, the funny thing is when I said volume of dice, I myself thought of their size as like volume, like cubic units. But, you know, quantity might be the better word. Oh man, I'm going to totally shoot myself in the foot here, but I like Flame Wave. Fixed number skills are really good. Goblin V2. Shimmer Blast, 3 mana for a heroic roll. We are filled up, and I like Flame Weave too much to replace it, and dodge is probably better, so I'll leave that. I need more dice. 6 for free. It is still really weird to just see the results happen like that. It is... I mean, I should have realized it, but it's like instantly. So I click and you see numbers. That's not how rolling dice works. Okay. So we have those covered. So really, this should be a dodge. This means I can ignore one of those 3s. There's not really a reason to Flame Weave, but I guess there is a really good reason that makes this into heroic. Gotta cover that 4 first, though. And then I don't care about that 3 because we've dodged it. All right, we're gonna take volumes now. All right, Ice Elemental. Before the encounter, spend 3 time or spend 2 time and immediately win. Lucky Familiar. That's a reroll or add 1. Yeah, we're gonna go for the die. It actually works well if I want to have Rogue be agility spec. Usually in a 2-player game, I try to like make sure that each character has a specking of sorts. Because like if Paladin has all the strength dice, we can also give Paladin the strength skills, and it'll be a lot easier to use the strength skills as the result. Whereas if we balance the strength between the 2, like if Paladin takes a strength skill but only has 3 strength dice and she happens to roll only 6s, it's really hard to be able to justify that strength skill. But if you give Paladin 6 strength dice, she is more likely to roll a bad die, and then that bad die can fund the strength skill. Yeah, I've thought a lot about, like, should you level up quick? Like we did a quick level up last game. That extra heroic die, I think, is huge. So much so that I think that if there is, like, an item or a skill that you don't need, you probably should go for the experience. I mean, 2 experience might be a little different, but, like, if you fight a 3 or 4 experience door, but you don't care for the skill, and you can kind of ignore the item part. Because, like... Like a really easy decision is, am I going to level up off of this? If I am, don't take the item, take the heroic die because that's strictly better than the item. If you're at 0 experience, it's a bit harder to justify, but if you don't care for the skill and you can get by without the item, you probably could take the experience if it's 3 or 4. Like, all it takes to get from level 1 to level 2 is 2-3 experience doors. So yeah, we're gonna invisibility this. It doesn't matter who drinks it though. Like, this agility die is going to give us 4 agility, which we're currently at 3, 3, and 3 for all dice. I don't care for the lucky familiar skill. And 4 experience means that actually, if I do get a 2 experience door, I can use that to level up. But having that agility die can help with the next encounter. But if I can do the next encounter without the agility die, I can level up and get the heroic die. So it's like, what is worth it? I don't really care about the heart as much. I needed it in the previous game because I couldn't use Daring Gamble without the risk of die. But I never really care for the heart. Granted, I do have I generally play with progression, and that might change my feelings, but I don't really feel like that heart is going to really make or break the game. I don't know, 4 experience is too juicy. It makes this next encounter a bit more straightforward, I think. The agility die, by the way, would have helped with this encounter. I could invisibility this, but I feel like it's doable. We have Valiant. I've neglected Valiant, but I think, well, we just got it last round. We could Daring Gamble. If we fail it, not only will we take the damage, but we'll get the door damage as well. So it's a bit more of a Daring Gamble. But that will give us 5 dice for running past it. Flame Weave does work for Imperils. That actually does change things a bit, doesn't it? I mean, if I slow time, I would just not Daring Gamble. We'll take the door damage. We'll roll the Valiant die. We'll have 4 dice. We can re-roll 1s, so presumably we won't have 1s. And then we can put a 2 into the 5, or turn 2 into a 5. We do need to put a 2 in armor, though. That's part of the problem, but we'll have 4 dice, right? So assuming we get a 2 from one of them, we need the other 3 to be 3.7 better on average. 3.67 or better on average, which Dungeoneering should push us there. An average die roll is 3.5, but if you factor in a reroll of a 1, that might skew things a little bit. And a potion to burn for mana on a bad roll. Yeah, let's go ahead, slow time. Use up Valiant. That was terrible. That can be dungeoneered though. 4, 2, and 5. Well, this is really weird, but Flame Weave actually helps. I shouldn't be surprised by that. Oh man. This levels me up, but I'm also not gonna get like maximum value out of it. But heroic die versus strength die, heroic die wins. So it has to be that. Plus I get my potion back. Rune puzzle. We could decipher it with the same flame weave thing. We're just gonna take that door damage. Clarity gives us a heroic die and rerolls 1s and 2s. Strength die. We like strength. Kind of want a little more mana too, though. But if I don't fight this, I descend, and if I descend without the strength die, I mean, we're not getting a strength die here, but yeah, we could re-roll 1s and 2s. We can re-roll 1s. Can I decipher it though? Well, see, Flame Weave makes deciphering trivial. If I destroy it, I have 4 dice now that I leveled up. But it's the same situation as before, where I have to roll 3.67 on average across 3 dice, assuming that I still get a 2 out of it. Deciphering is just easier. I'm gonna go ahead and take that consequence. Keep the extra hit point on Rogue someday for it to be useful. Good roll. Perfect roll. All right, and strength die, it's a Paladin. Crushing blow. We had this encounter before. All right. For combats, actually, now that we have skills, it's not as straightforward, but actually giving this to Paladin will improve the chances of getting Flame Weave, wouldn't it? Having that dodge means we will ignore this 3 if we can cover everything else, but we have 3 dice that we need. I could bring this game to class if I'm teaching probability. I've taught probability several times. The problem is, it's not really that people don't understand the situations where probability arises. They struggle with the calculations of the probability, or understanding how to calculate it, or how the formulas work, or which ones you should use. So like, it's a great visual aid, but it's not that they don't understand that probability exists. It's the math behind it that they struggle in. And unless we could like have some sort of special setup, thanks to John, wink wink, where I have a custom setup where I can just hit a button to see the results of a roll, but not actually carry through the game past that point, just so we could see across 100 times what happens. It'd be pretty hard to teach without it just being a diversion from class. Anyway, who wants this die? I feel like it could go either way. I don't think I need Flame Weave as much. Maybe. I mean, that gives me a 5, which I need. But I already have a Heroic 5, but that Heroic 5 will probably be going into the armor box. Like a Monte Carlo type thing. No, just like a simulation is what I was talking about. Like say for this screen, for instance. Like, if I give this, I'll give this a Rogue. Like, some sort of like non-full game setting option or whatever, or something that won't count towards statistics or something. But like, allow me to click this, see the results of the roll, and then reset it and see the results of the roll for, like, you know, demonstration of like, we calculated this probability to be 55%. Is it actually 55%? If we do this 20 times, do we expect 55% of the times to fulfill the outcome? Granted, that could just easily be done with any dice simulator that exists out in the world, so it's probably not needed to be done in the game. Like, this is just dice rolling simulator. Sorry, John, this is dice rolling simulator. I mean, it literally is. Yeah, this is a little issue. I can flame weave. It's not an issue. Oh, that's what you're talking about. For some reason, I thought you were talking about something else. I want that crushing blow. All right, Rogue could take the agility die. Unfortunately, crushing blow is not a peril skill. Flame weave is, but that doesn't help with the 6. But I think it is Decipher again. We're spending a lot of time on these things. Going the easy route. Hoochie mama! Could this roll on Paladin's side be any worse and yet still work? Magic shield? It's only one time this time. All right, no 6. So there will be a consequence. All right, we can't give it to Paladin. Rogue can't dare and gamble safely anymore. Hey! You know what achievement I still need to get? I need to lose the game by taking damage from the flames effect. Is it worth getting this achievement right now? Because no one can take damage. Ah, shoot, you're right. I mean, this is an invisibility if I do it. And I probably will do it. But what I'm thinking about is I like that mana potion. The problem is, well, I guess it doesn't. Okay, so mana potion is really good because it free funds a skill. So I could give Paladin the mana fountain. However, it would have to replace crushing blow. But what it essentially does is it gives me a free mana 5 in every combat from henceforth. However, Crushing Blow is kind of necessary for the dragon, because Crushing Blow is going to make sure that we can always cover this Strength 6, making this encounter easier. I could give Mana Fountain to the Rogue, but the Rogue can't fit any more skills, and Mana Fountain will currently be, well, will be useless until either Rogue gets another skill. So I could also just take the 4 experience, but then I wouldn't be getting Mana Fountain. But like if Rogue gets Mana Fountain, say, and then we level up, and then we have another skill, Rogue could take a mana skill, even though we don't have her as mana spec, but rather no one is really. But we don't have her as specifically magic spec, but we would be able to take a mana skill for free. Like we would get it for free. It would just work, even though she's not particularly magic spec. But that's planning ahead for leveling up, assuming we do level up, which we are both sitting at, 2 out of 3 health, so leveling up is a bit questionable. So like for a better guarantee of this game moving forward, I should take the experience and level up so I can get more items and skills. For more of a guarantee that, you know, this rest of this gauntlet will finish, well, that I can win the rest of this gauntlet, that I can, after I get past this next part, that I can actually win the rest, I would take Mana Fountain. Another option is I take the item, replace the agility item. That would turn into 2 experience, but now Rogue has an extra health. But then we would never see Mana Fountain in this game. Like if I take this as experience and then I level up, then these cards get discarded, and then there's a chance that we could find the fire elemental on the 3rd floor and get Mana Fountain at that time. But if I take this as an item, it's just going to be in my item list for the rest of the game and we'll never see Mana Fountain. So there's a lot of things to consider here. What do I want the most? I want $1 million the most. Can anyone give me $1 million, please? Jeff Bezos, are you listening? That's like chump change to you. You're a trillionaire, basically, right? $1 million to you is like a quarter to me, and I do that all the time whenever I see a gumball machine. Think of me as your gumball, Jeff Bezos. I mean, yeah, I could then, after I use it to equip on Rogue, I can convert it later for experience. I'm gonna take it just for experience this time. Oh, really? They're just flat out removed from the game. Oh, I never actually realized that. Okay. Well, that's awkward. I'll still do it. I just figured they would be put into discard. I just figured they were discarded, not like removed from the game. Good to know, though. We're doing this. I can't dare and gamble. I will do this, though. I don't know if it's a good time to use that, but might as well get this empty for another 4 experience door. Combat. Rogue. Good agility roll. Very good. Mana 5. That's done. Well, I guess technically this would be a better use for it. Now we have a free mana 6. Or something. Agility is really good. We could just cover that without thinking. The strength is good. We can cover that without thinking. Look at that. Without thinking. And that is a skill that a rogue can use. Converts an agility into 2 strength. Crushing Fist. You know, when I was just saying that it would be nice to have that free mana skill, imagine having 2 free strength 6s for the rest of the game. Damn it. It's really tragic that we found Crushing Fist so soon. Crushing Fist and whatever this was. Mana Fountain. Mana Fountain and Crushing Fist. There's no pairing any better. What is it? What is it? There's no better pairing than Mana Fountain and Crushing Fist. Don't at me or whatever. The thing is that we already have Crushing Blow, so that's probably good enough. Crushing Fist converts mana into strength, but we're going to need mana anyway for the encounter. So, whereas Crushing Blow turns your worst strength into a strength 6, Crushing Fist, they're both crushing, by the way, which is really confusing. Crushing Fist takes some of your mana that you need for the mana side and puts it towards the strength side. Mana Fountain. I can level off of this. I'm not sure that it's ideal. You don't get that heroic die. But we would be able to equip more skills, wouldn't we? And we get a potion off of that. We can Flame Weave, and actually Flame Weave is going to... Yeah, actually, I mean, we have the same number of mana dice and agility dice, but Flame Weave turns a 2 into a 5, so actually Climb Through and Blast Through are about the same, or same difficulty. That can be re-rolled. Alright, we got a 6. Got a 2. Is this good enough? It is. Alright, let's level up. My general goal with one deck dungeon is to level up once per floor. So level 3 at this point is good timing. Getting to level 4 on the next floor gives me an extra heroic die, but if I can't get that, that's fine. It's 10 experience, and I need to get items and skills. If any boxes are empty, spend 2 time. We already have invisibility, but we do have that 6 covered. We have 5 covered. This should be doable. I can't daring gamble still. Give this to Rogue, because you don't need as much agility, so we're going to use Backstab, I'm sure. But before we use before we have Support Aura. Before we use Support Aura, we should Backstab. In case one of those was a 1, then we can reroll this. Get a 5 out of that. So, numbers. We can cover the strengths. We can cover the manas. We can cover the agilities. So just cover all the boxes. All right. Can't take the potion. 2 experience isn't going to do anything, so we'll give more agility to Rogue. Keep her agility focused. Plague Rat. We already have Flame Weave. We could give it to Rogue if we really wanted it. Rogue has the same number of mana as Paladin. I mean, honestly, actually, we would probably just take Flame Weave again because Paladin doesn't need agility for what we're doing. So yeah, we'll give Flame Weave to Rogue. So 4, 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3. We did that with 0 skills. All right. Paladin doesn't need agility. Paladin could take mana. We haven't gotten too many mana abilities or mana items. I am slaying this run. And we have double Flame Weave. We have double Flame Weave. Disenchant is easy. Paladin still, right? No 6. Well, that's a slight problem. We're gonna have to use a potion, but that's probably... Oh no, we still have this reroll. That was fantastic. Thank you, game. Yeah, we're gonna have to heal. Let's heal Rogue so we can use Daring Gamble if we need it. Actually, can we even do this? Because we have to cover this stupid bullshit. Ah! Let's mana potion. So maybe we didn't need to actually potion. Yeah, we didn't need to actually potion. That was a terrible set of rolls we had there. Accuracy is too expensive for it to be useful. Both heroes are at their mana limit. I don't want a Daring Gamble. I mean, we're actually starting to have good skills and items that we don't need to Daring Gamble, so we didn't actually need to heal Rogue over Paladin, but if someone had to heal, it was going to be Rogue. armor. We also have that armor 10, by the way. That does complicate things a smidge, doesn't it? Ah, but I wanted that 6 for over there, didn't I? Okay, backstab then. That almost does it. I could do dodge, and then I don't have to cover that 3. There. I'm never going to use accuracy. I'm spending 60% of my dice to get a heroic 6. There's like 0 places where that's useful. Oh man, I don't have invisibility potions anymore, but consistency! Oh man. Oh, I guess you did have a 3 experience item. Oh well. Good eyes, DF. Good eyes. I'm gonna have to actually fight you. So Rogue will take a hit point. And I'm gonna go ahead and defeat what I just said and do Daring Gamble. Or go against what I just said and do Daring Gamble. Because I don't have any backups here. Do I need the strength? We can actually get by without strength. Although someone will yell at me if I don't do this instead. So I have a spare 3 if I need it. That was a sound effect. Thank you. 6, 3, 3, 5, 6, 11. Probably didn't need Daring Gamble. Rogue really likes this skill, or rather, Rogue has the dice for that skill. But you're at your item limit. This is better than backstab, isn't it? Getting 2 additional strength dice versus... Like, we already have a strength 6 that we can get. We can convert everything that's 1, 2, or 3 into a 4, right? Change any or all of your dice to 4s. That mitigates some of the bad luck. I mean, granted, it's half as effective as it would be in a single-player game. Alright, I hope not to spend time here, because I'm going to spend 2 time, I have 4 time left. I don't want this encounter to spend me time. Spend time for each one rolled! Oh, man. Why do you do me dirty like this? Literally the worst. Alright, this is the end of the floor because I can't fight anything else. Thank you, Glooping Ooze. Literally the worst encounter to find when I said that. Consistency is going to change those 2 manas to be 4s. It's probably not worth. Dodge might be better. Get that strength 6. We have numbers for that. I guess I do need, well, I guess we just need 1, but we could flame weave for that. I thought this was the last door of the floor. Now there is a lot of strength in this encounter. That's slightly problematic, but I can actually spend time. What I can do, cover that, cover that, ignore a damage. I can't level up, and we're at our item limits. Heroism potion. Yeah, see, there's no more doors. But heroism potion is really good, so even though that lost the rest of the time that I had hoped to have, heroism might save us the game. Alright, support aura still, I think. All right, so we already have the strength 6. That's annoying. Heroism would get me the agility 6 and mana 6 on Rogue's side. But let's see what we can do here. If we can like we do have dodge, and dodge actually, like if I use it, we prevent 2 damage because it's a boss fight. So if I can cover the 2 5s and a 16 and a 17 with this 6 here, this might actually be fine. We could just do dodge for this round and just go one more round in this fight. Because like if I use heroism, I mean, assuming I can get everything covered, I would hopefully win in the next round. But if I roll a terrible round next round, I'm screwed anyway. So what can we do here? We have a reroll of 1s. Now let's go ahead and do that first. Because that's the point where we can't rewind. Can't envision why we won't flame weave both of these 2s. Can't envision why I'm not turning this strength 2 into a strength 6. This consistency now is only going to turn that agility 2 into an agility 4. However, it can be used to get a heroic 4. If we were to say convert this 3 and this 2 into a heroic 2 on Rogue's side, we could turn that into a heroic 4. So that's something to think about. Now the agilities. Unfortunately, we don't have 2 5s, so that's annoying. Actually, that is a 5. Okay. We're using up our heroic die there. We have that 6 covered. So can we cover the 17 and the 16 at least? That's the first consideration. And it looks like we can. We just need to get 5 more in heroics. We can do. In fact, in doing so, we won't have enough dice to even consider heroism anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and take this round as a bye. Oh, but you do need to dodge. That is important. All right. 1 damage to the boss, 0 damage to us. We stay alive. No need to use that potion. I see 6s. That makes me happy. Also, we do have good numbers for that. Okay. So this absolutely turns into a 5. This feels really silly to turn into a 5. Do we need it? We don't even need this 4. So that's fine. You can re-roll. So actually, let's do this the Spirit Island way and hit undo as many times as you can, and then do support aura. I guess you could say something about doing this to convert a heroic that you convert, but you don't have any 1s anyway. Yeah, we'll just re-roll these. Get a 5 and a 3. Okay. That's actually really good, because now I can save this heroic 6. Yeah, undo so much that John will ask you why you undoed all the way to the beginning of mankind. Alright. That was a really good round. We still have heroism. Support aura, right. So if worst comes to worst, we have a heroism that turns 2 of my dice into 6s. We don't have a 6. but dodge still prevents the damage. We just have to cover 2 of the 6s, and heroism will get us that, assuming that we can cover the other squares, because we do have to survive. We take damage first. Reroll of 1s. What can we do with this one? Slightly tempted to actually convert this to a heroic, converting this agility and doing a reroll from there. Because if I reroll this one, or sorry, if I just reroll this one, I will still have this mana 1, but this mana 1's not doing me anything. Right? But if I reroll this, if I convert this agility 2, which is also not doing anything except potentially funding dodge. Well, I guess I do need to have something to fund dodge, don't I? Oh, by the way, I do have a strength 6. That's actually a thing I had. Or no, that was part of my thing. Never mind. Never mind. That was what we had undud. That's what undud. Oh no, we didn't even undo it. No, we have that. We can do heroism theoretically, but we don't need it because we have dodge. We just have to cover 2 of the 6s. I'm just thinking about support aura. That's what I'm thinking about. But the thing is, let's see. So like this 5 and this 5 goes there. That's like absolutely going to happen, right? And we do need to throw something into dodge, and that could be this one that I was thinking of re-rolling. So I might not even want the re-roll then, because this 2, well, actually can't be used for anything. So this 2 should be re-rolled, I guess. Or rather, I could put the 2 into dodge and re-roll the 1. The 4 could go into dodge, I guess. Yeah, actually the 4. But I could heroic that, right? So it's 6 and 1. Half a dozen of the other. So, all right, so we do, if we're going to use, well, we don't need to use heroism. I'm talking myself in circles here. I'm enumerating literally every single situation here just to make myself more confused. Let's see, can we cover the big squares first? I mean, we have this, right? I mean, I don't even have to think about this. I'm fussing over nothing. No, I do need another 6. But I have heroism. Done. All right, we did it. Get the basic skills on both. Durability is tempting. The annoying thing about Crafty is that it's so expensive and you can only have one skill or one item. You can't have both. So it's just adding 1 to your collection. Might be better to work towards fearlessness now. And I have an extra extra circle. I'll throw that into durability. And I guess because this is, like, we don't have to have both of these people focus on the same thing, I guess. We could try to balance them, I guess. But having 2 extra heroic dice, like, at the start, like, that's crazy, right? But I guess the problem is we can't do that in perils, and perils become a lot harder. We could do 1 under dungeon. That also gets me a heroic die for the boss. But these skills aren't really that... Like, changing a 5 into a 6, I guess that could have helped us in this past dungeon, but we're past that dungeon, so it's not going to help us now. Change a strength die to an agility die of the same value. Reroll all your strength 1s and strength 2s. Gain a heroic 3. Increase 1 of your dice by 1. That's so situational. I mean, I love the healing focus because you get so much out of it. Have the other one get blind luck first. I guess. The nice thing about blind luck, not just that it can give you a 2, which helps a lot in perils actually, and you can sometimes cover things in combats, but it does fund some skills, especially the ones that just need a die of a certain color. The mana 2 actually could have been turned into a 5. Okay, yeah, let's go with healing then. And if we're gonna go with healing, I might actually want to go with prepared first, because that gives you an extra potion that sort of overrides the fearless difficulty. We can swap the two. We can swap this. We can swap the focuses, or like unlike vanilla, where, or not vanilla, but say standard single player. You can actually, like, you just have 2 progression sheets, but you can swap who has which, because you can also change your party as you go. So whatever I do for one mage, not mage, but one hero, and whatever I do for the other hero, like, it's just slot 1, slot 2 versus rogue and paladin. All right, so we'll give healing to get that extra potion. Lude really wants to play Aeon's End. I've been playing so many Handelabra games that I don't remember the terminology between each game. Plus, I've been playing Slay the Spire, I've been playing Civ 5, I've been playing, well, Final Fantasy 13. You know, it's like so much vocabulary in each individual game. It's hard to keep straight. So you have 1 extra check mark. So do I want to go towards first aid? Because first aid is basically a cure, a local cure, basically. Like, instead of having the cure potion, we just have first aid. Descending, heal a damage after each boss round, heal a damage. Or do you just want 1 extra health? Well, if you have 1 extra health, I mean, it doesn't... Nah, we'll go towards first aid. So that takes care of that one. That takes care of that one. All right. Hydra's Reef. Let's start this one. We do have, well, like, it's close to 9, but I also started late, so that's fine. Spend an extra time at the start of each turn. All heroics are decreased by 1 after rolling and checking other effects. Agility, strength, mana, 5, 3, 5. Hydra needs strength, needs mana 6s, needs lots of strength, needs some agility. And the skulls are now on the rectangles. All right, so what do we want for this? That was not the flip button. We need slightly less mana. Like, we probably don't even need mana dice too much. We just need a skill that gives us high number manas. So probably like 1 hero that specializes in strength, 1 hero that specializes in agility, and secondary mana would probably be useful. So who does that the best? Warrior gives us strength and some agility, which is the opposite of what I want. Not the opposite, but Rogue gives me agility and some mana. That's like perfect there. What else did I want? I wanted strength with secondary mana. Paladin. Well, I guess technically Paladin's equally magic and strength. Mist is mana and secondary agility. It's not the right order. Kaliana is not, well, Kaliana is cool and all. I'll say that. You are kind of strength and secondary agility and mana. Interesting. That gives me 2 strength dice. That gives me 4 agilities. It gives me 2 manas, which is kind of not what I want. You're equal. Slightly more mana. Mana and agility second. Equal strength and agility. That might actually be fine. 2 strength, 2 agility, 3 agility, 1 mana. So 2 strength, 4 agility, 1 mana. Maybe this is what I wanted. 3 strength, 1 mana. 3 agility, 1 mana. Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. 3 strength, 3 agility, 2 mana. Dungeoneering to reroll 1s on perils. Protector to spend a time, prevent heart or poison, ignore the roll to split damage equally. Store a die here when a card becomes experienced, storing only 1 at a time. Daring gamble. All right, so right, yeah. I was wondering why you didn't have a focus, but that's because we didn't actually unlock aggression per se, because we didn't finish fearlessness. All right, so rogue being the tank is a bit better, right? Although really it doesn't make a difference because we only have basic skill and extra potion, so it actually doesn't matter. All right, so extra agility means precision, I'm sure, because the other agility skill is rerolls, and we don't like rerolls. Warden is strength. Strength means 4 of any type or 2 strength 3s. 2 strength 3s might actually help against the Hydra because it will allow us to spread the strength dice a little bit better, but I really like True Strike. Tempted to do a gauntlet run with just misting Kalyana now. You could probably do it. I try to stay away from Kalyana because I feel like Kalyana is honestly easy mode. Because this will, like, the first 2 times a heart would be placed in Kalyana, spend time instead. Like, this allows you to spend more time on each floor than normal, as long as you pay attention to how much damage Kalyana has taken. But Fairy Fire at base, like single player Fairy Fire, gives you X strength and X agility. This one gives you an ore, so it's a little less effective, but it gives you a dice increase, which is always really nice. And Mist is also honestly easy mode because her heroic feat is ridiculous. And Divine Augury is also ridiculous. And the 2 of them put together, you already have 7 mana innately. I guess the true difficulty, to be fair, you don't have any strength to start with. And you have 1 agility. So you do have a bit of a difficulty at the start of the game, but once they're rolling, they are set. Plus, if you can ever only take 1 damage, give it to Kalyana, and it's time instead of permanent. All right. We have extra potion. That should be good. Crushing blow early. The annoying thing is we have an early 5 here. It's going to be very hard to cover. But dismantling it would be the way to go. We have more strength dice, and Dungeoneering will also trigger. Have to do Daring Gamble, I think. Great start. And we didn't need it anyway. Thank you, Rogue. You exist. All right, but that will help a lot, right? Because we needed combats. We needed strengths. Slow time. We have 2 manas. Run past it. We have 3 agilities. Ugh. So theoretically we could do this. We just have to cover the 5, which is hard. Well, I guess we don't have to. It's not an armor. One damage 1 time. Can we roll 14 with 3 dice? That's slightly more than 3.67 average, right? I guess we can roll it with do Daring Gamble again. All right, good night, Raze. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your stay, and good night. I don't know how I feel about Critical Strikes. It is a free skill. It turns agilities into heroics. So I guess it can make some encounters where you have agilities, or some encounters where there's no agility, into slightly easier to stomach. It doesn't really add anything, right? And I don't foresee it helping here. We do, however, need a bajillion strength. So we probably do want that strength die. All right, let's go ahead and try to run past it with the daring gamble again. Thank you, Rogue, for failing 2 times in a row. In fact, is it game over? Game over. Well, we can... Actually, no, it is. It's game over. Well, we can potion. Actually, no, it's not game over. We got a potion. Okay. We're taking 4 damage, so it has to be spread evenly, even though Warden allows us to bypass it. So that sucks. But at least the healing focus already came in handy. Armor Crush. Warden is already at their skill limit. Crushing Blow is good. You don't have strength dice. And we don't really need the armor as much. Warden is at their item limit, so mana will go towards Rogue. I should have probably remembered that she was at 2. I also probably didn't need it at all, but oh well. Survived. I mean, what are the chances that I would have rolled 3 straight 1s with Rogue, right? Heroism Potion. We saw how good that one was. All right. 2, 3, 6, 4, 4, 3, heroic. There, straightforward. Heroism Potion is super important. We're already at the end of this floor because we spent so much time. Oh man, and all this agility here. We're gonna go for it. Either we get it and we win, or we don't get it and, well, we'll start over, but it's early yet. All right. We can get a True Strike. Get a, well, I don't know if Crushing Blow would help really. We got this though. No, we don't, because it's 3. It's 3 dice to make a heroic. We can do Protector. I mean, we're not going to be able to stay on this floor any longer, so we might as well spend the time because we're not going to be able to stay on the floor anyway. Nine times spent by Rogue stabbing herself. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Warden can use that skill. That might have some use. And yeah, we're descending and we're nowhere close to level 2. I guess technically we are close because we're always close to level 2. It's just, as I said, I prefer to level up once per floor, and we did not do that already. Warden is at their skill limit. Rogue can't take that skill, or could, but doesn't have strength dice. So this is experience. Not happy about the experience. Hopefully we get some overlap when we level up both heroes. Do we have, we don't have agilities. No. I don't think it would make sense to take that mana item out. The benefit of going strength is that we have dungeoneering. We have 1 extra strength die and we have dungeoneering. Does dungeoneering increase your average die roll enough? I don't know. Oh yeah, die became experience. So we have knowledge. Yeah, we'll use knowledge. That at least can be re-rolled. Okay, that's acceptable. Acceptable because it actually worked. Oh, well, if I take the experience, you get the die back, so that's good. Static Burst. Spend time for each skill you use. Yuck. So can we avoid skill usage? And if not, how much do we need to use? The answers might surprise you. Cleave might be really useful here. Might be. No. I don't know whose die is which. Let's start over again. Hi, I'm Lou Dolphin. All right, cleave. That gets me 2 strength 5s. Gets me a mana 4, which I do need. Turns this into a 6, which would go towards that square probably. Although I guess that was probably already going towards the 5, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna cleave, because that's going to cover at least 3 squares. I think that's worth that time. That would cover that at least. That covered... Wait, I'm getting myself confused. We have a strength 6 for some reason. It exists. Deal with it. I could spend 2 time to prevent a heart, and then I don't have to cover the 5. There is this 5 here, though. So we can only take 1 damage in consequence. There's a 5 on the 3 spot. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know why that was there. Oh, that I guess that's why I thought there was. Okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, I can't see not using 2 more skills here. Spending lots of time again. And it's this guy again, discarding all 1s and 3s. I can't justify this fight in any capacity. Triple strike is too expensive. Too expensive. I mean, I guess it gives you a strength 5 back, but... Does that help? No, we need 6s more than we need 5s. We also need to keep a lot of our strength dice for the 13 and the 19. We don't need 6s on the strength. But we do need to have lots of strength numbers. I don't like the Phantom. I just don't. I think many people don't like the Phantom. It's frustrating enough when you roll a bunch of 1s and 2s and 3s, but at least you can generally do something with them. With the Phantom, it's like you discard them. Like, most of these squares are 4s and 5s and 6s. The 3 box is effectively a 4 box, but that's a dungeon box, that's why it's there. But at least the 1s and the 3s could have been used towards skills. So, I can't justify this encounter. Invisibility justifies the encounter. Well, invisibility, the other guy. Oof, jeez. All right, well, static burst turns that useless mana 6 into strength 4, agility 4, and a die increase, which would end up giving me another agility 5. But we have, okay, so cleave also. Why am I putting this 4 here? That's not right. Cleave would give me would turn these strengths into something, right? Where's your mana? I guess that's your mana. You can increase that to a 4. Would it do anything? Not really. But now... Oh, I have this backwards. Duh! And then I can protect her to save the last damage. But a box is empty, so I spent an additional 2 time. That's annoying. Let's Spirit Island this and hit undo a bajillion times and see if we can do better. There's no way I can get a strength 6. I guess we could have precision help, maybe. But if I'm not using cleave, I'm using true strike. If I'm using true strike, and I guess that mana part wasn't doing anything. We're still gonna need to get a strength 5 somewhere. And this strength 4 is not doing anything. I could true strike to get a strength 4 and I can cleave it up to a 5, but that seems really terrible. If I static burst, I can do something pretty silly. I can turn that into a 5. I can precise the 5 to a 6. But now I don't have an agility 5. Yeah, the volume of dice is affecting me. They need to be louder! They need more volume! Turn the volume up! Turn it up to 11! Now, I think that cleave to turn these up is important. Although it does make static burst seem like it's not going to do enough. Do I need this? Can I heroic this and get a 4? Or was I already doing that? I don't know anymore. Turn that to a 5. Oh yeah, that was being used. That's why. Gah. I'm 1 short. Precision does make static burst, make 2 5s. Yeah, I mean, I see, the thing is, at this point I'm min-maxing. I can win this fight with spending 3 time. I want to do this with 0 time. Can I use True Strike and Cleave? So let's see. Static Burst and Precision gives me 2 5s. So let's see how I would use that. If I increase one of those to a 5, and I precis the 4 to a 5, and then I have that covering that. These are Rogue's dice. Mana there, mana there. Yeah, the problem is I need the mana for Static Burst, and I need it to cover the 2 and the 4. And I only have 3 mana dice. Yeah, why don't we have 2 static bursts? All right, I tried. Potion, Phantom, Invisibility. Rogue has the healing focus, but doesn't actually have a drink a potion thing yet, because wait, no, her thing was just the extra potion. That's right, she has the healing focus unlocked, not the one that if she drinks a potion, she heals. If I take the 4 experience, this actually overlaps, and I'll start level 2 with 2 experience. Triple Strike is expensive, but it gives you good numbers, but we talked about it. We need more strength dice than these set numbers. Yeah, I'll just take the experience. Overlaps. And I guess that explains why we never had a choice on what die or what card to leave here, because the answer is it doesn't matter, because these cards are removed from the game after you level up. So I was wrong. Well, not wrong, but I could convert to level up. Yeah, but then I wouldn't have this 2 experience head start on level 2. Feel like that's a bit better. I don't know. Like, I want to keep the mana die there for the moment, even though I don't know. I'm gonna go this route. Already the end of the floor. And it's the ogre again with chaotic aura. We would have maybe liked this previous game. Actually, chaotic aura is pretty hard to use in 2-player, isn't it? Because it's only your dice, not all dice. There's no reason I don't invisibility this, right? I mean, I'm gonna take a damage from doing that, but if I try to fight this, I'm going to die. Chaotic Aura, though, is now super expensive because we only have 3 mana dice and we already have 4 mana going into Static Burst. So I'm actually going to take the Strength item. And I can't stay on the floor. I'll die. I could heal, but I think... Oh, the time spent is at the start of the turn. So we would be able to heal for a 3, but no. Isn't there an achievement? Or did I already get it? I must have already got it. I think it was a game where I knew I was losing, so I got it anyway. It's one of the... Or it's not really showing me it here. These are DLC achievements is what... The achievement I'm thinking of is losing a game by converting an item and losing health. But I also don't see that. Have I not gotten any of the lose a game achievements? Oh, no. Well, no. Maybe the one I'm thinking of is circling the drain. Lose a game by converting an item with health due to the drain effect, which is on the Wraith. There isn't one just for losing a game by converting an item and losing health that way. It's for losing it from the Wraith's effect specifically. All right, whatever. We're going to fight it. I don't even know what this is. We're going to fight it. Strength's covered. All I need to get that. And it's covered. So now we need to cover the agility somehow. Yeah, I don't think I can really do any better than that. Let's protect her. What was the item? Earth skill? Persistence? Nah. Another shadow. Weird. Whatever. I'm kind of like, I'm still burned out from Slay the Spire and I just can't think anymore. I should not have played a heavy thinking game before Dolphin's Dive. That was my mistake. I'm never gonna do that again. I'm just gonna play games that don't require thinking, like Final Fantasy 13. Heyo! We need a lot of 5s out of this. Yes, Brian. Yes, John. I could have done better. Shh. It happened. As I said, I'm starting to, like, I'm kind of mentally drained right now. I can't think. I'm not usually like this, but I think having put so much energy into Slay the Spire today and jumping straight into Dolphin's Dive right off of that, I haven't had time to, like, just let my brain recharge. Take a pause after clicking end encounter so we have time to berate you. All right, from now on, I will say, are we good, fam? And then I will hit end encounter when we're done. Are we good, fam? 1, 2, 3. No, I'm kidding. How many times have I beaten FF13? Way too many times as a speedrunner. We beat it many a time. So what value does cleave gives me? It gives me 2 strength 5s, right? So I have to use it to get 2 strength 5s. It will up these strength 1. Well, I guess I'm using 1, and it would upgrade this heroic, I guess. So that's like, there's not many options there. Yes, I know I'm spending time, but I don't foresee how I can do this without that. Always be cleaving. So like if I put the agility here, I don't have something for the 5 just yet, but maybe static burst would get that for me. We have something for that 3. We have the 5s covered there. One of the manas is done. We can cover that one. We can True Strike for 1, and then we have to somehow figure out the others. And now we can't take any. Well, I guess no. Warden can take another hit point of damage. I can cleave a True Strike to a 5. That would be a bit better because I'm going to have to use True Strike anyway. Head undo a bajillion times. True Strike. 4, and then cleave. Bam, 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 bam. Done. This is why John is here. If you ever wondered what John's existence in this world was for, it was this very moment. It was at this moment that he knew he screwed up. I can static burst, and I think I'm gonna... Oh, I can't. I used up the 4. Shoot, shoot, shoot. See, the nice thing about not having webcam on is I can actually just like lay down. I can lay to the side and relax a little bit. Kick my feet up. No one's watching. So I need the 4 for static burst if I want it. The problem is then I don't have this 4 covered, and it's like problematic. I guess if I increase the agility by 1, I can cover that 5 there, but then I still don't have something for that 4. Well, I could prevent a damage. Okay, I'm just gonna do this, because otherwise I have to use static burst. Pretty sure both heroes at item limit. We're not gonna get utility out of a level up at this point because we're already like halfway through the 3rd floor, and there's no way we're gonna level up to level 4, so that's just gone. So at this point, what can we do? Like, we're gonna need luck on our side to beat Hydra at this point. We're not getting mana 6s unless we use heroism. But we can't get enough heroisms. I guess if we level up, we can get another heroism. Okay, we're gonna have to go level up to get that potion. I don't like you. Stop coming to me. I am having time issues, and you keep coming here and wrecking my shnikes. Every single time. He's like, I heard you didn't want to spend time, so I decided to come out and have you spend more time. Because time is fun. I like spending time. Spending time is my biggest passion. True Strike for 1. Static Burst, except we're using all the... Oh, but we can Precise. Okay, there we go. I got it. Get a 4 out of that, and then cleave it. ABC, always be cleaving. I'm not using Armor Crush at this point. All right. Could very well be the last encounter if we spend too much time here. Mana item is probably worth it. Maybe. We have to cover a lot of squares on the right. We don't have many dice. No real... I mean, dungeoneering, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Armor Crush is a great skill, but when I'm 2 encounters away from the boss, I don't think it's going to help. Bash it open, because we can do this. Okay, I'll accept this roll. I want a reroll. There we go. Give that to Rogue for static burst. He will be able to explore and enter one more door. Maybe. Can we do this? We cannot disarm them, we'll die. I know we could Warden. Invisibility, we already have that potion and then we can't use it anymore. Disarm them. Nah, I don't. I'm just gonna flee. All right, here we go. I'm at least level 3. That got me an extra potion, or extra check mark. That will help with leveling up after this fight. This doesn't seem like a good roll right away. I can say that much. We did get that. Although that's not what I wanted. I want to convert 2 of these. Just gonna go ahead and do it because that was our expectation, really. Actually, no. What am I doing? No. It's this. Wait, now I'm confused. Did I just use 2 here? Lewd. There we go. I don't know why I had in my head they had to be different colors. Because that was incorrect. So the problem is we do not have enough for armor for a static burst. Unless we heroic this. Numbers there are a little problematic. We'll worry about that in a second. That is pretty poopy. That is pretty poopy. Okay, that works a bit better. Not that. But here's where the volume of dice is hurting me. If I spend time, what happens? Whoop. We exile dice. Okay. That's expected. Precision to static. Because I made a heroic out of that. Did I? I didn't need that heroic. I don't even know what was better for this. We did that, I think. That does cover the 13 more effectively. I mean, cleave would be better, right? Too short. And you're super short. Yeah. Was this after static? It was. Okay. I did this, I covered the 13, and then I can make this a heroic, and that can be cleaved. That doesn't actually matter at all, but... So I could use heroism and win the game. Well, win this round, and then lose the game after I die next round. Because I am 6 short. Alternatively, if I protect her, and exile a die, and then Warden takes 1 damage. Because Warden is going to have to take 1 damage. Warden can only ever take 1 damage, right? So all of these are 3Zs and 2Zs, so we don't want. So is there a way I could set up for that to work, though? This was static burst. But we did use heroism to make an agility 6. No, we didn't. We used it to make 2 mana 6s. We did this on a strength, I think. Would this work if I did it like this? I don't know why I'm getting confused by numbers. Okay, so we have an agility 5. I don't know what that's gonna do. Oh, I never use cleave. Duh. Okay, there's static burst. Let's change that for fun. See what that does. So it's true strike, and that was cleave. Actually, before I do that, not sure if this is going to make any difference. We needed something to cover the 13 with, that's the problem. Yeah, my numbers aren't going to line up. Oh wait, no, this is where we were going to do the 13, right? This was the trick. We might be able to do this without heroism if I can line this up correctly, because we have two. The 13 is too big, the 19 is too small, like the number 2, not TOO, but TWO. So there should be a way to order this so that it's correct. And the answer has to be with cleave. It has to be with cleave. So we have this there, right? And we have this, well, part of those that's going into cleave. So if I do this, no, I'm forgetting again. The trick was to not cover that 6. Well, that's bullshit. It's already too big. Was that after Static Burst, though? Because... Go there. So go back to increasing the strength die. Now we have this 4. I think we can throw that to that heroic. There was a True Strike in here. There was a Cleave in here. No! No, Math, you failed me. What am I doing wrong? It has to be when I made the heroic die, right? No, I'm not. I'm going too far. Precision to 2, static burst. Because right now with the agility, 4, 8, 11, but we already have that 6 there. That's sitting there. This affects anything. What does that do? What does that mean? Could I turn this into a heroic and static burst that up? Would that make a difference? Like, that's too big still. That's making me sad. Sad panda. But I can only cleave 4 things. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I will not stand for this, sir. I know that John sees what to do. I know that John sees it. It's not helping. Try going back further. I feel like you're trolling me there. I'm gonna go back to precision again. We use precision to get static burst up to 4. Is there like maybe something else we could do? Because like we're at this point we're using static burst for like nothing. Because like if I ignore static burst, we already have that 13 covered. I just need to get the 13 and the 19. I guess there's still a net gain off of that though. That's the thing. But if we do True Strike, nope, not that color. I guess we can convert this to a heroic, but then we still have this extra agility 2 that's floating around, and you can't precise that anything. I made heroism with 2 manas. This was the state of the game when we began. They were both mana 1s. Like, we have to cover 2 of the 6s no matter what, because we can't survive. Unless I use healing, but if I'm using healing, I might as well use heroism because it's dumb. Well, if we leave a mana 6 uncovered. And then I guess we could precision the other... We can get the other mana via precision. Okay. So what does that do for me? I still can't do the static burst. That's the... That might have not been... You might have been still thinking of precision there, but... I feel like volume of dice is still a problem. I may still need heroism, but I'll get the big boxes. Wait, why do I vote? I cleaved the 2. Why? Why, dude? Why? Why? What did you see? The answer is he saw nothing. He saw nothing, Jon Snow. All this stupid mana. I feel like the game's slowing down a bit. Because I keep undoing, so it has way too much, You could use it. It's funner to watch Luke struggle instead of telling. I could use heroism on Warden instead. Maybe. Maybe. Not sure if that would be any better or worse. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is save all the little mana for static bursts. Or we need more strength than anything else. We have that 6 there. The 13 is covered perfectly. Cleave would get me a heroic 6, cover the other mana box. True Strike there. Cleave these. Heroism these. In some order. That will make numbers work. The problem is these are both currently undercovered. Which is strictly worse than what we had before. These are all 5s and 6s. That's bad. 5, 5, 5 is 15. 6, 6 is 12. 6, 5, 5 is 4. Is worse. I'm leaving a 6 box empty. Don't you see this one right here? It's not like me being angry. I was just joking. It might sound worse on your ears. Cleave different. It's all about the cleave. It's always about the cleave, isn't it? When in doubt, cleave different. That's what I'm gonna tell you on Spirit Island Saturdays. Maybe you should have cleaved something different, John. Maybe the problem is you chose the wrong target to cleave. Okay, so we need a 3 and 2 5s up there, right? So the answer was to cleave these 3 things. Although I think a heroism to something. But somebody once told me to cleave some different targets. As if this would help a smidge. I still need to cover a mana 6 because there are 2 of them and I just have 2. Hey now, you don't know anything. Get your game on. Let's go. I'm getting loopy at this point. John is saying, hmm. 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 Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so let's go back to Cleave. I might need to not use Cleave. The thing is, if I'm only using Cleave to increase strength dice, it is worth it because it's getting me 2 extra pips. Provided that I can evenly distribute them. Which was the problem. So like I had used heroism to increase these 2 to 6s. And then I used Cleave to increase the remaining 4 dice. The problem with that is that it gave me 5s and 6s, but 13 can't be evenly done with 5s and 6s. $13 needs at least 3 dice, 19 needs at least 4 dice. Oh boy. I feel like we're in for let's do this, and then let's do this to show where we were at, and then let's discuss the mathematics of one deck touch. The answer is, it is flat out impossible to do this because 19 needs at least 4 dice, because 3 dice are 6. 3 dice could all be 6s and that'd be 18, and that's the best you could do with 3 dice, so you need at least 4. We have 6. That's the problem. All right. So this route is not going to work. I feel like we were just a hair short with the other route, but it might have been the same dice number problem. Number of dice problem. Can we do it without Cleave? If I change these 2 to be 6s, and then I still don't have any mana 6s. You could precision a 6, but the problem is still volume, and then we static burst still need words to explain. Who wants to be a guest on Dolphin's Dive? All you need is Parsec, and then you can take over the game, and I'll just sit here and let my mind rest for 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm just like, as I said, I'm brain dead right now. That sounded like I was being very, I was yelling at backseating. I'm not at all. I'm not yelling at backseating right now. So I'm gonna go the original route just for the moment, which I think was change these to be 6s. I don't remember what we did for static burst. I think my original plan was to make a heroic and then save precision, but I don't think I ended up doing that. So we get that 6, although the plan was to not use that 6. We want to use up protector. So then we currently don't really have any use for this agility 2. So precision is there, get that, but then we still have this extra die, which is annoying. Yeah, I was kind of pulling a Dover right there. I realized that as I said these words. Hey Dover, how are you doing? So the strength is the perpetual problem. If I make this a heroic, I true strike, and then I cleave, that's not gonna work. All right, we're 1 short again. DF is actually mathing it out, whereas I'm trying to pretend like there's a route to success. Yeah, so the problem is the pips on the yellows, right? So let's go back. I don't know how far back. Like, assuming that we go with this route. Because Then we do this for static burst, and then that gives us 5 strength pips. We need 32 in some capacity. We need them. We need at least 7 dice, and we need 32 pips, right? And the mana here is kind of doing something. Take a hit from a wide box? I can't. Yeah, like with this, I'm gonna have an extra strength die from static burst and an agility die that I kind of threw into this heroic here for some cool reason. Well, if I use 2 heroisms, I cover all the boxes, so I might as well go that route instead of taking a wide box only shit or a shot. Because doing 3 damage to Hydra is better than 2 damage to Hydra. And actually, I guess technically it's about even, because if I only cover 2 boxes the next round, I still lose. Because you would recover 1 damage. Alright, so I think at the end of the day, we have all decided that we need 2 heroisms in order to win this fight. So, let's go ahead and do 2 heroisms. Cover those. And then figure out where we're going to use the second heroism someday. Strength needs it more. Although I guess agility now needs a little more. But that's okay. We'll True Strike, not for agility again, for heroic. Cleave to increase a bunch of things. Actually, we'll keep the lowest number. Maybe increase that somehow. This should not be a 6, it should be a 5. That's a 3. And it's short. Okay, well, I guess this is still the volume of dice problem, though, if I do it. So actually, no. So again, we save this. I can't heroism it. I can't heroism a heroic die, though, is the problem. Maybe that's what John was saying. But what? So oh, but I've been doing True Strike as a heroic. That should be a strength, and then it works. And we're not going to touch that with Cleave. Although I probably should touch it with Cleave. Or, you need Warden to turn her. Okay, actually that's better. That's better. Actually, there's some... Okay. I have a thought. It's still gonna require 2 heroism potions. But here's a thought. So... True Strike for a mana? And heroism the manas? The answer is no, Lude. No, of course not. Because you still need to have a strength 3 for that box. You're too short. Where's my agility at? I mean, that's correct. But yeah, you're still... So, like, alright, so look at the pips instead of trying to pretend like this will work otherwise. 5, 9, 13, 16, 18, 23. We need 32. We need 9 more pips with this route. That's the route. Okay, this is not gonna work. Welcome to the world's longest Hydra fight. Yeah, but if we turn the Wardens to, like, what else are we gonna Heroes Potion? Because it would have to be a Strength die. Yes, if we use Protector, we exile a die. It's not a big issue. We'll exile a Heroic die. Agility, red 2 and blue 1. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is referencing. Our plan was to leave a 6 uncovered, right? What am I, like, I think my previous problem was I was covering all the 6s again, because I keep losing track of what we're trying to do. Precision, the red 2 with the blue 2, put that into Static Burst. Okay. So we have the mana 6, we have an agility 6. We have 11 pips right now for the mana, for the agility. If we increase the agility by 1 and we convert the 2 manas into a heroic to cover the 13, is that going to work? No, it's still like the strength pips are always the problem, right? So, but the problem is now what am I going to True Strike and Cleave? Like if I True Strike the 2 into a 4 and then I cleave a 3. Yeah, maybe it's just the second Heroism Potion, that's what I'm forgetting about. So let's do the strength. And then the heroism here just to increase the agility so I don't need extra agilities. True Strike. Cleave. Maybe. I don't know, because the problem is we're still... Oh no, this is a heroic now. So actually I can do 2 6s into the 13 and then have that pip. Ta-da! Why is that 2 damage though? That's lying to me. Right? That's lying to me? No. I'm confused. We prevented a heart. We prevented a heart, John. John. Protector is not doing anything except exiling a die. Ah, man. Bug report. Well, we would have won after this point, right? We would have won. Because even with the other route that I was trying many times and failing, because it just was an issue of numbers of dice and pips, I needed that protector damage prevention, and it's not happening. Spend a time, which is exiling a die in a boss fight, and prevent heart or poison, which it's not happening. And ignore the rule to split damage equally. Can I not cover all boxes with 2 heroes? And well, I think there was a setup where it would have worked back when I was starting things. So the heroism here to make 2 6s. Put that 6 there. Precision this. Maybe we'll instead do a hero potion there to save an agility, maybe. Because we currently have 11 right now. But then the mana wasn't going to do anything, so maybe not. But then again, we could turn this into a heroic. Because this 5-4-4 is already covering the 13. So then we True Strike to get a 4. Oh, but then we have the same pip number and dice number problem as before, so it maybe not at all. But we still have this, but even with the second hero's potion, it's not going to work. I need 5 more. I can only get 4 more. I need 6 more, rather. Oh, but then I don't need to cleave because I would have Hero's Potion. Yeah, that's right. The Heroism, not Hero's Potion. I keep saying Hero's Potion because that's from Lightning Returns. That was the undo, right? So, and I can't Hero's Potion the 2, or Heroism the 2. Invisibility! Oh, no. Invisibility! Right, so 5, 7, 10, 14, 18... 22, 24. 24 going into 32. We would need to add 8 pips. We're adding 7 with the 2 and the 3. So yeah, it's 1 too short. What am I supposed to use this mana die for? I guess that was what was supposed to... Well, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, because the thing is, I would still need to cover all 3 in the next round anyway, so doing only 2 damage this round would work fine. Okay. But this needed heroism somewhere. True Strike. Strength 4. Yeah. Oh, we already used heroism. Wait. Where did I use heroism? Where'd the potion go? Oh, because but I healed. Wait. No, yeah, I used that. I used that to heal. Right. So ignore the 19 then. Cover the 13. Cover that. 3 damage to the Warden. There's actually a round 2 to this fight. Oh my gosh. Any chance of success here? Well, that's actually a really good strength roll. Nothing for True Strike or Cleave though, but really good strength. Well, actually, we could cleave the 1. But holy moly, is this like the nut roll? Is this like literally the nut roll here? Maybe. Oh my god. I'm allowed 1 curse word every stream. Like, what the fuck? What the? Oh my god. The game was freaking out so hard because I undid a bajillion times. It didn't have any more memory. Oh my god. Fearlessness. There we go. We spent so much time trying to not use that extra heroism. Then we spent so much time trying to figure out how to bypass the bug. And then the second round was just like, here, have a bunch of 6s and 5s and 4s. Oh my gosh. That's crazy pants. I don't even know where I want to put this. Is a reroll of 2 dice better than working towards an extra health? I guess that gives me something. I'm gonna put that there. And then Rogue, we want you to focus on tanking, so you get first aid. And then we have 4 check marks left. Do we want recovery or durability? I feel like healing 1 damage would be better than having an extra health, because when you'll descend 3 times, so you'll heal 3 damage, whereas 1 extra health doesn't give you more health. All right, thanks for joining, Brian, to an exciting marathon Dolphins dive. All right, so we got that done. We got that done. We are 2 out of 5 on our Fearless Gauntlet, and it is exciting, folks. We will continue this next week, where we go into Lich's Tomb and maybe Minotaur's Maze, and hopefully our progression will help us out more than it did in the Hydra Sleep. Oh, I guess Yeti's actually difficulty too, so it should really be Yeti. I don't know what this order is. I guess it's alphabetical. 1 extra health lets first aid work earlier. Well, too late now. Can't really see it, but anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for bearing with me while I had a bunch of mental, I was gonna say mental issues, but it sounds a bit bad, bad phrasing. I'm Braindead right now because I have been streaming thinking oriented games for the past 7 hours, and I am very scrambled eggs right now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. We are here every Thursday at 7 p.m. for Dolphins Dive, where we stream strategically minded games. And for the next 2 weeks, we'll be playing 1 Deck Dungeon to get through this gauntlet. We're picking up with Yeti's Cavern with some 2 heroes, 1 healing focus, 1 aggression focus. But yeah, we have other streams on this channel, but I'm not gonna say more because of things that are up in the air. I'll just talk about the game. Sentinels of the Multiverse, One Deck Dungeon, Bottom of the Ninth, and Aeon's End are available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices. And Spirit Island is available in early access on Steam. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. And you can follow me if you like who I am as a person or a streamer, either or. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Dolphin. I do some personal streams. I'm trying to stream a little more often these days, playing a little bit more of a variety of games these days, but I am primarily a Final Fantasy 13 speedrunner. But if I get a predominant audience, dominant audience, if I get viewership for certain games, I am more inclined to play those games because all I do are things for popularity, right? It's all about the popularity, right? But yeah, be sure to check out my channel. You can also follow my Twitter. I don't do much on it. I do read a lot on it. Sometimes I retweet things, especially things pertaining to like civil rights things, Black Lives Mattering, wearing face masks because otherwise you're a dummy, because I like to save the world and make sure that the virus doesn't spread, even though there's some people who claim that their Facebook friend says otherwise. But anyway, wear a mask, people, seriously. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.